Yeah, it looks like it's back up. Yeah, looks like it should be good now.
Thanks,
But
Xfinity.
talking about TFT tournaments, real OGs remember when they ran a weekly TFT tournament, and Aaron came in and just like cleaned up his own fucking tournament.
Yeah, I entered myself as the last participant in the fucking tournament because no one else showed.
Yeah, and you just cleaned
Then I
shit
cleaned
up, man. That was real OGs remember that. But yeah.
Well, I think we're stable. We're in. We're after 6 p.m. So, you want to cast a game of League?
Absolutely.
Alright.
There's nothing that I want more in my life than right now to be right here. And
I don't necessarily believe that, but like, thanks, you know?
well,
That's a lot.
you know, maybe it's like a little bit of an exaggeration. Maybe there are like a couple things. But I would say this is like top 10.
Yeah.
It sounds worse when I keep talking, I'm gonna be honest.
Welcome. Well, welcome officially, ladies and gentlemen. This is LRS week number 5, the last week of the regular season. Crowstorm had already locked the number 1 seed, and then they proceeded to int 2 straight games, so we're not going to be seeing them tonight because they never sent me replays. Weird. But we have this game. This is Darkwind fighting for their playoff lives. They need a win and help in order to qualify for the playoffs. Team Ambition Altair? Altair is their opponent. Um, Altair is Arabic for eagle. I did that research beforehand.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool. I thought it was like Altair. That's like the name of a person from a video game, right?
That's Altair, which is spelled slightly differently, which is what I would initially went to say, but that's wrong. It's Altair.
Oh wait. Oh really?
Yeah.
That's like not the main character from Assassin's Creed or whatever?
No, he's Altair. There's an extra
Oh.
vowel in there. I don't know which vowel, but yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at it, and it looks like there's a fake vowel. It's like an I, but there's two dots. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it's fake.
Regardless, this is an important game for Darkwind. They need it, and then they need help to qualify for playoffs. And yeah, I'm Maris. That's Aikedo. Let's do it. I should probably lead with that. That's what they do on the
Uh-huh.
Riot broadcast, but I didn't. So, you know.
Well, we're kind of better than the Riot Cast if you think about it.
True. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Because we have to use their fucking broken tools and navigate them somehow. I
Yeah.
have models. They're moving, so that's pretty neat.
That's always a good first step, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Graze's little like pink shoulder. That's cute. I like that.
on the blue
It's like a
side of
hot pink. Sorry, go ahead.
wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 are going to be Team Ambition Altair. Lunaris in the top lane playing Viego. Reedy in the jungle on Jarvan number 4. Heartseed in mid lane playing Yasuo. And Mace Lol and Hayden Lol in the bottom lane playing Ziggs Rakan.
And on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, we have Return of the Middle Six. With the Lipo lane in the top lane on the Ornn, Seaver Fever on the Graves jungle, mid lane Hokage, bringing out the Tyler 1 special, the Annie mid, and then Colbrand and Black Salt are playing Tristana and Rel bottom lane. Mid lane Hokage saw that Annie was going to be getting the Victoria skin and instantly had to get on that, right?
Yeah, he does pick his champions for the week based on which skins are about to come out. So
It's kind of weird that they like leaked it ahead of time so that he would know to play Annie.
yeah,
But it's yeah.
a lot of people think it's bait because they're just in denial that it's Annie. I think it's interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen. Riot hasn't really ever done like misdirections with stuff like that before though. So
I you would think a lot of times when they reveal it, they show like a part of the person's face, and it's not like super obvious who it is. But like Tibbers or the little pet bear or whatever can only be so many things, right?
Annie doesn't match up with the previous Victorious rules. That's correct, but neither have anybody since Oriana. And even Oriana didn't that season. But yeah.
What if it's Gwendolyn, and she's like a doll, so like maybe she's carrying around a doll.
Other thought was it's Volley Bear, because it's just a
Um,
big fucking teddy bear. That'd be hilarious. Or
that would be
Silas
hilarious.
Stolar Bear, something like that. But yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think that if there were anybody that really encapsulated the ranked experience like Victorious is supposed to do, Annie she's paid her dues, right? She's been around for years as the ranked mid laner. I don't know, I dig it.
Yeah, and now you have, the dual face of Riot, LS, and Tyler One repping Annie.
Uh-huh. I think it was meant to be. It was always
Yeah.
meant to be.
What was the Victoria skin last year? That was
Um,
sus.
Lucian, yeah?
Yeah, it was Lucian,
Or was
and
Lucian
Lucian
the year
wasn't played
before?
the entire fucking year.
Wasn't he like insane as a solo laner in
I don't think
competitive
so.
play?
No, I'm pretty sure not.
That's a dead Hayden.
You're significantly ahead of me.
Oh,
Because there's
am I?
first blood right there. Yeah.
Yo, my bad, my bad. What's your timer?
317, 18, 19. Jarvan's walking into mid lane.
Uh-huh.
Gonna get the flash out of mid lane Hokage.
I'm at
23,
25.
24, 25, 26, 27.
Okay. Okay. My bad. It's that thing where I don't go all the way back to zero. I'm kind of an inter. Actually, I just saw it coming. I just knew
True.
he was gonna die there.
Yeah, that was a dead recon. You predicted it about 3 seconds in advance. Heartseed, we don't know if he's gonna live or die, but Black Salt is here, and he's just gonna dash on through. And now Reedy's gonna return, and this is kind of a mess already. Seaver Fever looking to join. Black Salt's gonna take the kill onto Heartseed, but Hayden's collapsing from the top, so it's gonna turn into a 3v2, and TAA, I think, are gonna want to back off of this.
But you love to see is this is the classic core JJ move. You get first blood in your lane, and then you immediately walk mid, and they're able to pick up another kill. Pretty good here so far for the side of ROTM. This early proactive play out of Black Salt has already paid dividends, and already finding Hayden.
Yeah, they're gonna find a Hayden as Seaver Fever was hanging out in the chicken camp, and they'll get the flash out of the recon, making him a lot less effective. And 2-0. Some good early plays so far from Darkwind, and they're looking much more intimidating than they have in previous weeks, especially in the early game.
Yeah, I definitely like to see this new look out of them. They're even looking bottom here for Ziggs.
Yeah. Satchel Charge is going to get him out to safety, but again, more summoner spells being blown, and they're getting control of this lane. Colbran has an 8 CS lead, and they're going to crash this one in. It might, shrink a little bit, but having a Tristana at a CS lead early is... You like that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tristana, you want her to be in a position in this early game where she's able to dive in. Um, that's where a lot of the power of this character is. Though Jarvan here
Yeah,
might be trying to stop the snowball.
Reedy looking to make something happen, but they're just going
Holy
to initiate. Mace is gone. Colbran has his reset on his rocket jump, going to jump onto Hayden. They have Seaver Fever coming in now. Colbran with another jump back out. Reedy gets knocked back by Black Salt, and he'll be forced to flash away, but they lose 2 more in the bottom lane. And what a dominant early game from Darkwind.
How cracked are they? Black Salt making the call on the turnaround. Colbrand following in, jumping in. They get the one shot onto Mace LOL, able to pick up another kill onto Hayden and just avoid the Jarvan completely. Jarvan has not had a whole lot of luck so far in this bottom lane. It's snowballing very hard to the side of our team. Even going to be picking up the first dragon as well. Everything going red side's way here.
Yeah, maybe something to worry about potentially for RTM is Seaver Fever's farm. He's falling a little bit off, hasn't gotten any assists or kills for all of his involvement. But it's hard to argue with the results of all of the pressure that he's put on. Blowing the flashes, making sure that his opponents feel pretty uncomfortable. It's worthwhile time. It just hasn't resulted in the extra gold in his back pocket yet.
Yeah, it's it's a different type of pressure. It's not one that necessarily shows up on the scoreboard right away, but can still be pretty good in securing these leads for his laners.
Yeah, plus lane up here, being the weak side king. Haven't seen any action up here whatsoever, but that's just meant that Lunaris, by virtue of having no mana for some reason, has just gotten to shove and kind of freely farm as much as he wants to.
Do you think Viego should have mana?
I don't think it would kill the champion if he had mana.
Okay. It feels like there are a lot of like SI champions that don't have mana. Well, I mean, maybe Mordekaiser isn't SI. Is Mordekaiser not? He's like a
He
Noxus
is.
guy, but I swear he's SI, right?
No, he's Shadow Isles. He's the one that caused the initial ruination, basically.
So like that's
He
what
broke
I
the
thought,
seal.
but when you say that in the LOR community, they're like, no, Mordekaiser's actually a Noxus guy. And I'm like, seriously? Don't.
No, he's from Camivore, which is where Viego's from.
Uh-huh.
So it just kind of depends on where you place him at the time. I guess. I don't know.
York has mana, right?
York has mana, yeah.
Why does York have mana?
Um,
Why does anyone have mana? I think mana, you know, it's an outdated system. Nobody should have mana.
Nobody should have mana?
Nope.
Alright, sell me on this.
I think that having to you not being able to press your buttons is not fun. So you should just always be able to press your buttons.
Okay. So how do you feel about Dota, where it's exactly the opposite of that, and you get like 3 ability casts, and then you're out of mana?
I Dota sucks. Dota's just like, I don't know, man. That's awful. Yo, Reedy though, looking
Reedy?
in the bottom lane
Yeah,
here.
not awful getting the knockup. Black Salt in a little bit of trouble, but he's been able to tank through it. They put Colbrin into the jacuzzi, throw in the Mega Inferno Bomb, the Ignite from Black Salt enough to finish off Hayden on the backside, and Colbrin gets the rocket jump back over. Reedy trying to follow, and he will get the shutdown. Get Tots back in there, but Seaver Fever eventually finishes it off, so the junglers split a couple of kills in the bottom lane, but the extra one again going to Black Salt. 3-0-3 on the Rel.
It's been massive so far. Poor Reedy went in, tried to engage, and just gets kited forever.
Looking
Lipo
for
lane.
the 1v1, but there's
Oh!
the Heartbreaker. Back
Oh!
with the ult, but
Oh!
it got flashed? What happened? It was a
He
flash,
flashed
right? Okay.
over it. Yeah. That was insane. It was a great flash away from lane to create enough space to be able to actually use the Orn Horn and potentially get the kill back, but well played there by Lunaris, able to flash over it and just pick that up.
Yeah, that was actually a really well played 1v1 by Lunaris. Hayden's level 4, and he's up here roaming into the top lane.
He's just vibing, bro.
He's been up on this top side, getting some vision control, like trying to combo with Reedy, but it's starting to cost him a little bit in XP and also on the death count.
Yeah, no, you know, it feels like every time the Black Salt has left lane, he's been able to get something for it. He's been applying a lot of pressure, getting summoner spells, or at least getting really good vision. And so far, Hayden has been trying. It just hasn't really amounted to anything yet.
Ooh,
Look at that. Even Black Salt
even,
gonna be able to spot him out.
yeah, I was gonna say just walking in, warding the blue buff. He gets spotted, but that's still just in the back of your head. Like there could be more people there. There's, you know, more pressure coming at any time. And Reedy walks over another ward, walking in. So all of these people are accounted for, but Heartseed's is going to go in on the Yasuo ult, but immediately Black Salt's there to counter. He pulls him in with the Magnet Storm, and they'll take down the Yasuo. Black Salt is 4-0-3 on the Rel. He's got a majority of the kills for Darkwood.
And that was a play a couple minutes in the making, all because of that vision that Black Salt was able to get in the topside jungle. They knew that Jarvan was there. They knew that Rakan was there. They knew they were going to look for a play and able to bait that out well enough. Really well played by the side of RotM. And this early game has been really, really strong for them. A lot of it off the back of Black Salt, who's just been so effective this game.
Yeah, Colbrin actually managing to shove in Ziggs right now, which is surprising, giving the Lost Chapter. Oh, I forgot that Rel can break the shield on the Scuttle Crab. That's actually kind of neat, little interaction. But yeah, Seaver hanging around the mid lane. They might be looking to make a 3v3 play here. I think that their trio would be significantly stronger, but gonna hold off on it for now. Seaver's gonna drop the Rift Herald mid, try to force down this tower potentially, or just use it to bait for the dragon. There's a couple of plays open to them.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be what they're aiming for, is just getting a little bit of pressure here so they can secure the second dragon. I don't know if this is the most effective use of the Herald, It feels like if they committed more to having that pressure in the mid lane, they could have at least gotten a charge off, but they decide to drop it and then immediately walk away, meaning that they still get the dragon. That's still pretty good, but just not getting as much use, I think, out of the Shelly as you might otherwise hope.
Yeah, that's basically leaving at least 320 gold on the table, if not, if it's 3 turret plates, that's, God, math, 480, right?
Uh-huh. Oh,
I don't think that's how that math works, but Black Salt gets caught, not quite able to jump over the wall, and he's very
that's a
tanky,
big
but they
shutdown.
will eventually finish him off, and the shutdown goes to Mace, which is huge for this bottom lane that's been under so much pressure. Lane trying to scrap out with Lunaris, does get the clap back through, but Lunaris is just so tanky, doesn't have Heartbreaker now that he's invested it, and it looks like the fight's going to be a draw up in the top lane, but the shove still continues for Lunaris.
Yeah, and Lunaris did a great job of buffering the ultimate to go over the Orin Horn. Has been doing a really good job this game of playing this matchup and making sure that Lipo Lane, despite getting some pretty good looks, hasn't been able to actually pick up these kills.
Yeah, mid lane
But
Hokage forced out a mid lane. Hayden and Reedy walking on through. They're going to spot Seaver. Trying to do his red buff, and in comes Reedy. Oh, that's a great smite by Seaver to secure it. Mid lane Hokage walking forward, just going to drop the bear directly on top of Heartseed. Gets exhausted. Does he have enough damage? Flash? The Q? Oh, he
oh,
wasn't in range for the W, so no kill, but trade of summoner spells, the exhaust for the flash, and mid lane Hokage will be able to get a little shove in. And again, the Ziggs bomb used to try to clear minions in bottom. Colbert picks up his 4th plate down there. And, keeping even in farm, getting the shove, getting the turret plates. He's up 700 gold kind of quietly down there in the bottom lane. And by
yeah, no,
quietly,
it's
I
been
mean he's been solo laning. Not like, yeah. Anyway.
yeah. Our team did a good job getting him a lead in the early game, so he's able to exist in this side lane. And keep in mind, this is a 700 gold lead personal after Mace gonna be able to get away from this one.
Yeah, Mace got
Had
the
got
shutdown on
oh,
Black Salt. Oh my
just
god, that
kidding.
was so much damage
Holy
from Seaver.
shit.
I just didn't expect it. Hayden now is going to die to the explosive shot from Colbrin in the dive for ROTM nets 2. I didn't think they were going to get 1 based on the start of that play, and they come out with 2.
Yeah, it looked to me like Mace would be able to avoid it and get out, but just so much damage coming out from this Graves at this point in the game, and able to pick up a couple more kills as well as that turret. Pretty good influx of gold here, really pressuring the lead that they had accrued in the early game and hadn't done much with for the last couple minutes since Black Solid ended up losing his shutdown. But yeah, like you were trying to say, is that 700 personal gold lead for Colbrand before that play was on top of the 700 gold that Mace had gotten from shutting down Black Salt.
Ooh, mid lane
Oh,
Hokage trying to get the solo kill onto Heartseed, instead going to get initiated on by Hayden. Gets exhausted, and there's nowhere for him to go, so a kill in the mid lane. Even the attack speed buff affected Hayden, so Jarvan gets an assist for doing nothing. That feels pretty bad too. Seaver's just going to clear this minion wave out, but yeah, unfortunate for mid lane Hokage gets initiated on. Meanwhile, there's fights breaking out across the map before we can even recap anything. And I guess we're chilling. Alright.
yeah. And one thing about Annie in current year is that she doesn't really 100 to 0 people unless she's like really far ahead. So when mid lane Hokage is forced into dropping combo on Yasuo's head while he's at full HP, Yasuo's just kind of gonna sit at like 30, 40% and then never actually end up dying. Because he has the double shield coming through. He has a lot of survivability, especially when Rakan's sitting in his back pocket. So it's a type of matchup where you have to poke him down, you have to put some damage on him first, and if you're fighting back to back to back in lane, it can be really difficult to set it up so that you actually can pick up the kill.
Yeah,
But
lane
Life Lane,
gonna be in trouble. There's a lot of ways to juggle this turret aggro. Right now Hayden has it. He's just chilling on the backside. They'll throw him into the jacuzzi. Really nicely managed by TAA. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Colbrin gets a successful dive on Heartseed, and that shows up as a solo kill on the score sheet. So 1-for-1 cross map as both teams successfully dive on opposite sides.
oh, it was actually 1 for 2. Hayden ended up eating one too
Ah,
many turret shots and ends up falling.
never mind. Well,
Yeah, it was still pretty good. They just lost their support. Support's already 0-5. He's not worth any money anyway,
yeah,
right?
objectively the best person that could have lost. But yeah. Gonna set up for a dragon though for ROTM. Mid lane Hokage trying to get something done with the bush bait here, but not going to be able to find too much, I think. He's got a stun charged up. He's got Tibbers at the ready. He's got Black Salt there, but the rest of the team just wants the dragon. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's going to be the third dragon picked up. So now RTM pressuring that Mountain Soul will be able to force a fight at the next one, because picking up that Infernal Soul is basically game over if they're able to do it uncontested. So TA is going to have to do a good job of being there to contest it, and hopefully being strong enough to actually be able to come out on top in the fight.
Yeah, so 2,500 gold lead for the boys of Dark Wind. Have we... I'd always test Winged on his ornament knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Do you wanna give me the ornaments for RTM?
I will int the absolute shit out of it.
All right.
So the Kraken Slayer is like a worm fallen something or other. Yeah.
Yeah, Wormfall and something or
Um,
other, I think it's right. Yeah.
Luden's Tempest turns into Luden's uh hurricane. You know, it's a bigger storm.
All
Bigger
right.
storm.
Sure.
Eclipse is Syzygy. I know
True.
that one.
That one's actually right, yeah.
And then Turbo Chem Tank is Turbo or Chem Tank. That's what
Pretty
they
much,
call
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Okay, so how close was I? That's
Locket?
pretty close, right?
What's Locket?
Locket? Oh, what is it right now? Locket of the Iron Solari still?
Yeah.
It is. Why didn't they change the name of that?
'Cause
It becomes Crest of the Platinum Solari. You know, it's just like a step up, or a step up to the streets.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like your names, honestly. Like those,
Thank you,
those are
thank you.
fantastic ornaments.
I mean, I got them from Riot. You know, those are the correct names. I
No
have
one
Luden. That's
cares.
the dumbest. I mean, it is still like, but they replaced the wrong part, right? Like, if it's like Eye of Luden's, I assume it's like an Eye of the Storm thing, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like Luden's Tempest, um, Reliquary of the Dawn.
Of the Golden
That's
Dawn.
just.
It's Reliquary of the Golden Dawn. Missed it.
I feel like they literally just like
Shame
pulled
on
out
them.
the thesaurus and they're like, oh, what are like similar words?
Oh yeah. What do you expect them to do?
I don't know. There could be like, you know,
Like
an obvious.
Orin's up there on the mountain. He doesn't have anybody to talk to for cool naming ideas. He's just gonna pull out the
Uh-huh.
thesaurus.
Yeah. It just feels like it's, you know, the same words, but you know, just like different. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like, I think that, um, what's the Sheen item? What's that one called? It turns into Deicide, right?
Yeah. That's
And-
yeah.
Oh, it's right here. Divine Sunderer.
Yeah.
And the Deicide, I think that's kind of cool.
But-
That's like, oh, that is a step up. Without being, you know, like literally the same thing.
Oh, mid lane Hokage going for the 100 to 0. And as you mentioned, doesn't quite get it. About 20% left on Mace, and he's fine.
Yeah, gonna be able to just barely limp away.
Does have to burn
But
his
like
flash, though.
Eclipse and Syzygy, I think are similar in that, like, you know, it feels like a step up. You know, it feels cool.
Well, yeah, that's...
I don't
So
know.
an Eclipse is 2 bodies lining up, and Syzygy is 3 bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Luden's Tempest to Eye of Luden, I just, ugh. Or like Reliquary of the Dawn, I just,
Of the
you
Golden
literally
Dawn.
just pulled out of the Golden Dawn. You literally just pulled out like a thesaurus. I don't know. Oh, Black Salt being a little cheeky with the vision here.
Yeah, do they know that this
Setting
is
a bit
just
of
a
a
3
trap.
stack and they're... Oh, they're not going to go for Colbrin. This is
Oh,
such an awkward
oh!
situation. Now they spot Black Salt and Seaver Fever. And are we still going to have a fight? Black Salt still wants it. He's going in. He's got the big initiation, trying to pull in a couple. They'll get the knock-up. They'll take down Hayden to start everything off. But Colburn is very low on the backside, trying to get away from Lunaris. The Jacuzzi locks up a bunch of people, but there's no damage coming through from TAA. Heartseed falls. Lunaris hasn't been able to assassinate Colburn during this whole time, and it's been a triple kill for Seaver Fever. Lunaris is hanging out on the backside. Mid lane Hokage gonna spot him out, gets the
Oh
stun.
no!
Seaver walking in, hits the end of the line. He'll have enough damage eventually, and that's a quadra kill for Seaver Fever. And it should be the Dragon Soul for ROTM. They're gonna leave Seaver to do that while everybody else is headed to Baron.
A bit of an awkward start to the fight as both teams were trying to do clever things with the vision, but end up getting found out. But a great engage there from Black Salt. It just sets the team up there. They're able to space well, get the quick kill onto Hayden when he dives in to try and help out his team, and it's a pretty one-sided fight here for ROTM.
Oops,
Oh,
Seaver getting spotted
Seaver.
out. Hayden and Mace trying to track him down. It'd be a pretty big shutdown if they're able to get it, and they do another. Basically, Mace, he has 2 kills, but they've been huge kills on both sides. Reedy going in. They're going to get the teleport in on the standard, but Colburn has already finished off Reedy. They'll get the stun immediately onto Lunaris, but there's Hayden from the top finishing off mid lane Hokage, and TAA finding a positive fight here. Heartseed has the charge up, hits the knock-up into the Steel Tempest, and they'll take down Colburn as well. Another shutdown going to Mace. He's got 2,100 gold right now in his pocket.
Yeah, no, Mace is just picking up all of these. Every single one of his kills has just been such high value, and he's going to be a pretty strong boy. It's kind of scary because ROTM was in such a commanding position, but they split up. They decided to grab Infernal Soul and Baron at the same time, which kind of puts them in a precarious position, and TAA does a good job of picking up a couple of kills, picking up their consolation prizes, and trying to stay in this game.
Oh, here we go. It's Syzygy time.
I think Syzygy's like a cool last name. I like that.
I like the word. Like, it looks like it has no vowels in it, because it's all Y's.
Yeah,
all
it's a really
sometimes
cool
vowels.
word. I was gonna say something. Oh, it still frustrates me that like Gore Drinker and Bloodthirster are the exact same words. I didn't realize it until like I broke them apart, and they're actually just the same words.
Well, so
Gore Drinker feels
one
like
thirsts for it, and then the other one actually physically drinks it.
yeah, it feels like one is the Ornn upgrade of the other. I mean, it frustrates me that they're the same words. But
I don't remember what the upgrade for Gore Drinker is. It's probably something edgy as
it's
fuck.
Bloodthirster.
It's the Bloodthirster.
Do you remember when you could actually like sate it? You had to like charge it and give it extra AD. It's
Yeah,
been thirsting for a long time, like 8 years of thirsting without getting any stating. I think it's kind of fucked up.
yeah, that was a time. Ceaseless.
Ceaseless?
Hunger. Oh yeah, that's the dumbest.
The Dark Souls boss.
Yeah.
No,
That's
the Dark Souls
Ceaseless
boss is Ceaseless
Discharge.
Discharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that follows the Ceaseless Hunger, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mace could be in
Mace?
a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get knocked up by the Hammer Boy bouncy time, and yeah, not really able to return a whole lot of damage there. And ROTM gets a free pick and the walk in mid lane. Reedy looking to initiate. They got Colburn. They knock him up, throw him into the Jacuzzi. They do take him down. Now the reset's coming through for the Viego. Can Lunaris carry this fight? He jumps onto mid lane Hokage. It's a double kill for the Jarvan, but they lose Lunaris in the process. There's a lot of people in melee range of each other, and I can't quite tell what's happening. Mid lane Hokage somehow got a double kill with Tibbers after his death. Seaver Fever is able to join, though, and he's going to put an end to this. Just, what the fuck was that? That was a crit with the Collector, but Seaver Fever, he's pretty strong. That was
He do be shooting though.
he did a
He do be
couple of
shooting.
damage.
Yeah, no, that fight, it felt like a bit of an overreach, a bit of an overextension from ROTM, burning a lot to be able to just kill the Ziggs, and, they weren't all 5 there, so when they get collapsed on, couple kills going back the other way, and it looks like the type of fight that TA might actually be able to come out on top of, but You know, just the gold lead there at the end is getting flexed by RTM as they're able to pick up a few kills, pick up the inhibitor, a turret in the bottom lane, you know, some camps in the jungle, your girlfriend, they just take everything.
Yeah, Lane picks up the Anathema's chains as well. I wonder who's going to put that on. Do you think that's a Viego angle or a Ziggs angle?
Um, I think so. It does two things, right? It makes you take less damage from them, and it lowers their tenacity.
Yeah, at max stacks it lowers their tenacity, so you have to be kind of close to him for a decent length of time.
Oh my
Colburn's trying
god.
to 1v2. He does kill the tower. That's almost the third person gone in this 1v3 that I'm going to turn it into. He takes down
Oh,
Reedy, and Hayden's got no chance now. He gets the knockup. In comes the Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh, he does have a chance, but the explosive shot is there. Double kill for Colburn. He gets the tower. He gets a couple of style points. Why not? Pop
yeah,
off.
no, it's a little bit scary, but you know, just as strong enough to be able to take that 1v2, 1v3 and come out on top. Um, so Anathema's change gets stacks. Like it just builds up stacks over time after targeting someone, right? So you
Yeah,
don't
you
actually
also it's affected
go
by
ahead.
distance to the person, I'm pretty sure. So if you're close to them, it builds up stacks faster.
Okay. But it
Yeah.
seems like, you know, no matter what, after 60 seconds of marking someone, it has max stacks. So I think I don't know. You probably put it on Viego just so you can like lock him down. Especially since you have so much MR. I think that it could make sense too. But I don't know. Is there like a rule of thumb on these?
I don't think
Oh?
so. The rule of thumb is that's a big an issue. That didn't make any fucking sense. Mid lane Hokage in a little bit of trouble though. Lunaris on the backside. See if he can get some of these resets. It's a double kill for the Annie though. Lunaris still trying to pop off. He's currently Annie. He escapes back out with the Heartbreaker, but just gets destroyed by Seaver Fever. They have no answer for this Graves right now, just kind of drain tanking through the team. Dashes back through, hits one auto. There's a second, but Mace is actually able to finish him off. And he's got about no health. He's got to be very scared of a super minion, a strong breeze, not even a strong one, really. Like, yeah.
I agree. I agree. Needs to be a little bit worried here. And RTM, despite taking,
Oh,
you know, a bit of
Hayden
a
going in, looking for the last fight. The Nexus defense here from Mason Hayden. Black Salt's taken low, but not low enough. And the Nexus explodes for game number one. RTM double up Team Ambition Altair in game one and look pretty comfortable doing it.
True. No, that was a really good game. Really clean game out of them. You like to see it.
Yeah, so we'll take just a short break. We'll be right back with game number two. We'll see if Darkwind can close it out and give themselves a shot at their playoff spot. Did you get your models and back up to 0 this time?
I think so. Although right now, you know how when there isn't a model, you get like the yellow outline of them? Right now I'm looking at it, and I see both models and a yellow outline, and they're kind of offset
True.
by, you know, like half an inch.
Same.
Um, so I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, be seeing double the whole time. I'm kind of excited by the prospect. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's just League of Legends beer goggle style.
Yeah, exactly. So this might sound funny. I just see a headline that says singer Jason Aldean speaks out against COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Right? There's no picture. I just see singer Jason Aldean. I'm like, I bet he's a country singer. I immediately look him up, and he is very much a country.
Yeah,
I just think that's funny.
true.
Uh, why do people? I don't understand. People are silly.
All right. Well, let's see how this game goes. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm so ready.
All right. You can see these nice, excellent double shadows that we were talking about. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so looking to close this one out. Bottom side of the rift wearing the blue health bars, we have Return of the Middle Sticks with Lipo lane, top lane on the Scion, Seaver Fever with the Jarvan jungle, mid lane Hokage on the Cinder in the mid, and then Colbrand and Black Salt playing Xayah, Morgana bottom lane.
And on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, trying to stave off elimination, are Team Ambition Altair. Mace is playing top now. He's on Trundle. Reedy is still in the jungle. He's playing Gragas. Heartseed now on Katarina. They're going to walk into Colbrin here as a 5-stack. And Colbrin going to get knocked up by Hayden. The flash forward to follow from Reedy. He'll counter flash and he'll get underneath his turret. A little risky to turn back for the auto attack. Are they going to go for the level 1 dive? Heartseed is still looking for it. Dashes forward with the Shunpo, hits the ignite, needs one more auto. And my character models are super fucking
Yeah,
bugged. All right,
my
let's
character
fucking
models
go.
are
Oh,
bugged,
they just
and that we don't
disappeared.
have. I also don't have attack animations, so Gragas is just slowly walking by people.
All right, pause in
Gonna pause.
3, 2, 1. Pause. It's 1:15.
Okay.
Okay, backspace to 1.
Uh-huh.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Um, we'll see if that worked out. That was a thing that happened.
Yeah, that was something, man.
How did Lunaris get first? Anyway, Lunaris is playing Caitlyn this game. No longer in top lane, now playing AD, and Hayden is reprising his role on Rakan.
Oh, and Reedy already might be looking for the fight at level 1. Jarvan's not very strong, but if they walk straight into Stein, just kidding, they're on cooldown. It's doomed.
Oh, he walked back in and hit the red buff. Seaver, trying to scrap his way out. Does Lane have his Q up? When are the
He
cooldowns
might
actually
soon.
happening? They put the ward down,
Okay.
and in comes the decimating
Okay.
smash. They get the knockup. Mid lane Hokage and Heartseed are just walking next to each other. Reedy's low. He's ignited and taken down by Lipo lane. Mace is fleeing to the top, and Heartseed is fleeing to the bottom, which means that they're not going to be able to continue that fight. Meanwhile, Black Salt and Colbrin getting a little chunk taken out of him at level 1 is Lunaris and Hayden walking forward. They get the knockup onto Black Salt, get the exhaust, that counter ignite Lunaris as Colbrin trying to focus him down. Black Salt flashes away, but he's going to fall. Colbrin backs off. I think if he'd committed, he might have been able to finish off Lunaris. Hayden, though, is very low. Oh, one more auto would have done it, but he has the flash just in time. And what a fucking mess. It's 2 for 2 now on the map, and yeah.
And I think that the big decider there was that Colbrand didn't have his summoners, did not have flash, did not have heals, so wasn't able to continue the fight, wasn't able to save Black Salt for a few more seconds, which could have been massive in that fight. So, yeah, so far the bot lane for ROTM not having uh, the same control, the same power that they had the last game. Losing out on that uh, level 1 fight.
Yeah, Lunaris, when he backs, should have quite a bit of gold. If this were League of Legends not in the year of our Lord 2021, he'd buy a BF sword, but that sounds like trolling right now, so probably not a BF sword. Get some pickaxe and some boots.
Yeah, true. God, do you remember that when you just like saved forever and bought a BF sword on your first recall?
Yeah, but then you were the strongest man in the entire game when you had your BF sword.
I mean, kind of, but you literally bought nothing. There were no components to it. You just, do you have 45 AD or do you not have 45 AD?
True. Well,
God, the like double Doran starts so that you could like try and make it through the early game. Those were wild times.
yeah, I still remember my favorite, least favorite thing was when you'd buy a red pot to start the game, and you'd walk into lane, pop your red pot, auto attack somebody, and then ignite them, because you got
Uh-huh.
5 bonus AD uh, from the ignite because of your rune,
Yeah.
and then you also got 10 bonus AD from popping your pot plus a bunch of health.
Yeah. The classic
That's a
Riven all in.
teleport coming in. Reedy gets
Oh,
bound by Black Salt. He's got the Black Shield as well, but it gets popped and he'll fall as Heartseed takes that kill. He's a
excuse me?
madman. He's diving
That's
right in, but
illegal.
Colburn trades him back.
What? What made him think he could do that? He doesn't do that much damage yet. He has a longsword. But honestly, pretty well played there by Black Salt to be able to thwart a bit of the dive. He does end up dying, but trading one back and making sure that his AD carry doesn't die is still a pretty good outcome considering there were 4 people bottom lane and a teleport expended as well.
And that man has the biggest dick, but not the longest sword, apparently. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what we're going with.
that's funny. That's funny.
Uh, so anyway, all this perfectly symmetrical violence has netted us pretty much nothing. It's 3-3. 200 gold between the two teams. And we're going to have another fight as they're going to spot out, and this one will not be returned. Shutdown going to Seaver Fever, and he's on the board, and RTM gets the 1 kill advantage.
Yeah, they do be picking that up. Seaver Fever coming down. Hasn't taken his recall yet, so it takes, a little bit of the tempo advantage there to be able to pick up that kill for his bottom lane, and that could be pretty massive. It's setting, Lunaris behind. The spot lane has been super close so far. A lot of trading of kills, so anything to swing it could be pretty massive.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Mid lane Hokage's gone for a freeze, a kind of slower approach. He's going to let Cat roam if she wants to, but just stacking up a little CS lead for himself, stacking up the minion wave so that maybe he can continue to try to freeze Katarina out of the game. It's an idea. In
Yeah.
coordinated play, it's probably the right idea. In solo kill, you're just asking for your bot lane to die. But
Yeah, imagine trying to coordinate anything in solo queue. Sounds like a waste of time, honestly.
this is kind of awkward. Hayden's just top right now. So this is just Lunaris. Seaver and Black Salt waiting, trying to... Oh,
Oh!
oh, what is that binding? That hitbox is illegal, but Cobran takes advantage of it, and now he's got 3 kills on the Zaya.
I thought that it was doomed. I thought that Black Soul had walked just a little bit out of the bush a little bit too
Oh,
early.
mid lane
Mid lane
Hokage?
Hokage.
The
Oh my
balls? Oh,
god.
he's got enough balls. Of course he does.
Yeah. So
God,
Heartseed is the biggest stick, but Hokage is the biggest balls.
I'm just really on the dick jokes tonight, I guess. No more 420 jokes. Now dick jokes are my best friend.
Yeah. What's up?
Nothing. My wife's just being a peanut gallery over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's 6-3. They got the dragon. Lane escaped a gank up in the top lane. That was pretty cool.
He do be escaping those ganks though, and even with the Trundle ultimate coming down, still able to get away. Though he does have an EXP disadvantage up there. It's kind of falling behind in this lane, down 20 CS, down in XP. It's a little bit scary, and this wave state isn't doing him any favors. This looks like a doomed freeze. I think that this is when you start pinging your jungler like, "Hey, can we come crash this please so I can play the game?"
Yeah.
And the jungler says, "Let me go do Gromp first." Understandably so. You fucked your own lane, bro.
Yeah, Reedy just hanging out topside as well. Oh, not even gonna go up there. Wolves.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I mean, Trundle fucked up his freeze and he's slow pushing now, so He's gonna be able to pick up that wave eventually, as long as he doesn't get dove. Like, Reedy needs to be making a beeline to that top lane, and they need to dive Scion before he hits 6. If they get a dive off, he literally can never play the game ever again.
Oh, we got the damage.
Pog? He does end up hitting 6, though. God, this is prime dive territory. This is like, Scion's never allowed to play the game. He is sad forever.
Yeah, well,
But,
Reedy on the bottom side of the map right now, so probably not going to happen. The game's chilled now. We're back down to 1 kill a minute after the 2 kill a minute Fiesta we were at. Oh, much like play-ins
okay.
Fiesta. A couple of
Yeah.
abilities exchanged down here in the bottom lane, and the feather or the blade collar not going to get the root onto Hayden. Seaver hanging out in the back pocket. He's got the Jacuzzi available. They could lock up Lunaris, who now has used the 90 caliber net. So Seaver's going in, looking for this one. Colburn goes on a killing spree. Reedy trapped in the pit. That's a lot of damage, but just not enough for him as Black Salt takes the kill with his pool, and 2 more kills for ROTM and a nicely played little bot lane gank there from Seaver.
Yeah. Seaver able to show up and help secure it, but Black Salt once again getting a really nice engage. Started out with the ultimate, flash ultimate, and then able to pick up the binding onto Lunaris. And once you get hit by the Morgana binding, you're kind of dead. So, you know, pretty good job so far. A really good series from the bottom lane of ROTM so far. 4-1 and 2 for Colbrand is definitely poised to take over this game. He's going to be a very, very strong boy. The strongest boy on the map, at least.
Yeah, and it's impressive the way that they've kind of weathered the storm. Lunaris was 2-0, had a small CS lead, was shoving Colburn in, and they called down Seaver Fever for 2 well-timed ganks and immediately turned that back around. So, really good to see. Heartseed not getting to play the game of League of Legends as mid lane Hokage finishes him off again. A second solo kill for him. He's having a pretty solid series as well. Everybody
Yeah,
really
he's
stepping up for
doing
Dark
all
Knight.
right. He's doing all right. You know, his laner did this weird thing where he teleported bottom at like level 4 and died to the turret. And ever since then, mid lane Hokage has not let him forget it. Every time they walks back into lane, he's just applying so much pressure. Has a 30 CS lead, has a 2 level advantage, is now 2-0 and 1. Is he's doing all right for himself. He's doing all right.
Yeah, lane meanwhile is experiencing the isolation of top lane. He got that kill earlier in the red side jungle, and then he hasn't seen anybody on his team since then. He could be playing by himself, for all he knows.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it be like that.
It's the lonely existence up there in the top lane.
Heal Scion, man. Okay. This might just be a me thing. Okay, as Colbrand might die here.
Yeah, Colburn forced to use the Feather Storm, but getting out, steps on the trap just to show off that he's got a black shield, and Reedy not going to be able to find anything on that flank. Meanwhile, mid lane,
Oh my god.
Mid lane Hokage just showing no mercy. Cobra Kai there in the mid lane. Hayden trying to finish off Black Salt. The cask is enough for the auto attack from Hayden to finish it off, but in comes Lane. He knows he has teammates and he's here to help, and he'll start by taking down Rakan.
Yeah, it was a pretty significant commitment there for TAA, but at the end of the day, RTM able to come down, pick up a couple of kills on the back side of it, and sort of thwart any sort of a treasure lead that Red Side would have been able to pick up from it. Oh my god.
Oh, the root onto
So
Reedy.
much damage.
Colburn with the Gale Force kill. In comes the Death Blossom, though, from Heartseed, and Seaver trying to flash out of his own jacuzzi. But, you know, you got to stay in there at least a little bit, kind of equilibrate your temperature, otherwise you can get shock, and that's what happened to him.
Equilibrate?
Yeah, if you go from hot to cold to hot, you can get shock and send your body into that, and you don't want to do that, and that's unfortunately I think what happened to Seaver. Binding's going to land, and mid lane Hokage is going to just kill Mace, because why not?
Yeah.
That's the tankiest. That's the tankiest person on TAA, and mid lane Hokage basically just got the binding, and that was enough damage to go for the 100.
He do be doing a lot of damage though right now. It's a strong Syndra. You know, this is looking like the Syndra of yesteryear that just presses R and one-shots people. It's getting to be that point. Right now is very much the strongest man on the Rift, has a personal gold lead of 2,300 over Katarina. He's doing all right. He's doing okay, I guess. First turret. Is that first turret?
Nope, that's the second turret.
No, they got first turret mid lane. Sorry. I fell asleep.
Same. I mean, you know, it happens. You just don't
Yeah.
sleep at night and then you fall asleep during the cast.
The bigger issue is when you don't fall asleep, right? You know, and then you stay up like too long. That's bad.
You know, sometimes you have to keep your hundreds of adoring fans entertained on twitch.tv/xikato. By the way, go follow that. And that's
Wait, what do you
okay.
mean? Are you saying that I stay up too late streaming?
Sometimes, I'm sure you do.
You think so?
I,
Probably.
I have no actual evidence, seeing as I am usually asleep, but, you
No,
know, it sounds like something that would happen. It would
I
happen to
probably
me,
don't
for
get
sure.
as much sleep as I
Reedy
should.
walking into top lane. They're looking for Colburn and Black Salt. Flash forward for the cast. Where's the damage actually coming from? They'll knock Colburn back in, but Mace just doesn't quite have it. Colburn is able to finish off Reedy, trying to escape, but he'll get death blossomed, and Heartseed falls to the turret for the double kill for Colburn. So 2 for 2 on the exchange, and in come mid lane Hokage and Seaver Fever. Stun doesn't quite land onto Hayden. They actually just can't land anything on this Rakan, but Mace is left in no man's land, and now he's trapped in a jacuzzi with a very angry man with a flag sword thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not that mad. It's like national rage. I'm not really sure. It's like, yeah.
Are you talking about Jarvan?
Yeah. No,
I mean,
the other guy with the flag sword.
no, I feel that. I feel that. It's definitely not a sword, right? Like, you
Or
don't be swinging it like a sword.
flag lance? Flag.
I think it's kind of like a lance. I don't know.
I mean,
I,
Lance is the villain of Pokemon Silver and Gold. But yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
He do be wielding a lance, though, if you think about it. But he has, like, it's like two different things, right? He has the flag, and then he has, like, the lance. Because he can't, like, drag himself to the flag if he throws the flag, right?
How
You know,
does
he
his
do be having two
lance like
different things.
latch onto the flag?
Um, you know what it is? It's like he actually has like an overhead motion, and there's like a hole on the end of his lance that just like slides onto the flag.
Okay.
And then you know it retracts and pulls him in. That has to be it, I think.
Does it do the same thing when he just uses it without the flag though? Or
Uh, well, it do be extending. You know, it's just not going on to anything, right? You know, there's still a hole there. It's just not attaching to anything, right?
yeah,
But it do be like extending and then retracting.
yeah. I do hate when my lance be extending and can't find a hole though, for sure.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Um.
Um. Yeah. No.
Miggy, those are wolves, not chickens.
Well, the chickens wouldn't hit him either.
True. That's probably the reason the chickens wouldn't hit him. In fact. It's 15-8. RTM pretty well in control here with a 5,000 gold lead. They've got 2 dragons. They got 3 towers. They
Okay.
almost don't have an 80 carry, but he's able to sidestep. And now Reedy and Hayden are going to punish mid lane Hokage for his overextension. Shutdown goes to Reedy for his first kill. He's got his Everfrost in his back pocket. Maybe
You
that's where he
know,
restores it. I'm not
I
sure
I
exactly
thought
where
it
he
was
restored
the
Everfrost, but Reedy going in, hits the cask. Trying to get some knockbacks down, but in comes Lane on the side. They'll take down Reedy first. Hayden into the backline, but the Featherstorm from Colburn ensures that he can stay safe. Heartseed jumps in, finishes off Black Salt, and now trying to chase down Seaver Fever. The ace in the hole is just enough damage from Lunaris. And TAA actually fight their way through this dragon setup. They'll potentially be able to secure this dragon, although
Lunaris?
Lunaris?
Uh,
Alright, well, he traded, so that's fine. Mace?
what if we just went into Dragon though, guys? What if we
Yeah.
like took our one team fight and we're like, oh cool, let's go get an objective off of it. Why are we creeping by diving mid? Um, but yeah, we had talked about the Syndra potentially being the Syndra of yesteryear that just presses R, but as we saw there, apparently you have to land one or two other abilities. Lunaris did a good flash out to dodge the Syndra damage and be able to pick up that shutdown. And now it's a little bit of a throw here for ROTM. It's a few kills going back the other way, but
Oh my god, Reedy
just
doesn't get to
kidding.
play the game, and the binding lands onto Heartseed. There's nowhere for him to go. It's a double kill for mid lane Hokage. And imagine not doing the dragon, and then the enemy team respawns and just goes and takes your dragon.
Yeah, they're kind
sad.
of griefing, huh?
Yeah, a little unlucky
What
on
are you,
those dives.
Hayden, buddy?
Hayden's playing
Hayden,
Rakan, so
buddy!
he's playing Rakan, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's
He's playing
fine,
Rakan, so he's
Copium.
fine.
He's fine, guys.
Yeah,
He's
look
fine.
at how fine he is.
Okay, he was definitely more fine than I expected him to be.
Oh
Not
my,
gonna lie.
jeez.
It was a headshot. He walked over the trap with the black shield. But he got headshot by Caitlyn. That's why he took so much damage.
I was more the damage on Lunaris from just the E.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now we're fighting over a red buff. Mace.
This is the objective to fight over.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So Reedy actually got the red buff, so big win for TAA.
Hars? Did he go Everfrost? Are you supposed to go Everfrost? I mean, I guess you could like knock or like lock people down for a while. I guess that makes sense.
I don't know that I would do it, but it seems like an option at least.
Yeah, it seems like I understand it. Like I think it could be good. I certainly think that it could be a good option.
I just don't care for that item a whole lot. Not
Yeah.
my favorite item.
I feel that.
It's kind of a weird, like, staff-looking thing. Maybe it's a helmet. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to look at it. What is it? Yeah, it's like a staff, like a hammer.
I'm not gonna lie. I often have trouble looking at these pictures and like telling what they're supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many of these items that, I think it's one thing, and then I stare at it, and it's like, wait, that's not at all.
I mean, the
It might
weirdest
be
thing is that
stupid.
there's still, like, no pairs of pants you can buy. You can buy a giant's belt, but there's no pants.
Well, everyone just has their lances hanging out.
Sure.
Buy shoes.
You can buy shoes, you can buy a belt. That's all you need.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
I
what the
mean,
belt is holding up. Like, you're just wearing the belt.
I think it's more like a
Oh, the
wrestling belt,
sidesteps? Hayden's on it. He's in it. He's only died once this game compared to, like, the 9 deaths he had last game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, as been doing pretty well so far. Them Nikes clean AF. Yeah? How do you feel about the Nikes there?
The Nikes on Hayden specifically.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw people were talking about there were like Jordan X Billie Eilish sneakers released today. I don't know why she
Oh, yeah?
needs Jordans exactly, but maybe maybe Rakan got that drop and he's excited about that. I'm not super
Do we
into the
not
sneakers.
like that? What's wrong with that? What's
There's
like the controversy here?
There's no controversy, just that like it was a limited drop, so people were like, "Oh, I want to get that," and they couldn't get it.
Uh-huh.
That's the controversy. It's not like a. I think it's weird
Okay.
that a singer-songwriter just has like Jordan's basketball shoe designed.
I mean, it's a very common thing, and like, I mean, I think that like hip hop circles, it would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
It is like a little bit weird that it's, pop star, but I don't know,
Oh my god.
like awful.
Yeah, Lane looking for the initiation. Not quite able to track down Reedy or Hayden. I was kind of impressed by Lunaris' damage with that headshot on the trap. This
I
isn't
think it
even
would have
like
been.
the build that's designed to do that, and that was still like half of Seaver's health.
Yeah, she do be doing a lot of damage though.
Have you seen the build that Saber's been doing on Caitlyn?
Um, I think I had Jack send me a clip where he literally like one auto to Janna and like she literally just fucking died.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah, that's a thing that's happening in League of Legends currently. You do have to get to a couple items before that happens, but
But it has like a collector in it, right? Like there's weird shit in
yeah,
it.
it's like Collector Duskblade and then like a bunch of crit items. I think. I'm not
Okay.
like 100% sure. Lane trying to find that initiation, but he's pretty tanky, so he can survive this for a little bit. Seaver goes in, but not able to pull the trigger on the Jacuzzi, and Mace actually is able to finish him off. He still has Subjugate available as well if they're looking to shred through some armor. Black Salt has to get the heal from Colburn, but now over the wall, Reedy able to find him. The Featherstorm comes in. It's a huge knockup, though, from Hayden as he gets 3 with it, but Lane trying to reset the battle lines. It's mid lane Hokage and Lane, but they're still alive, and it's just zombie Scion left to try to deal with it, and he'll find nothing. It's an ace for TAA. Mid lane Hokage was so close to finishing off a bunch of people, but just not able to find that critical amount of damage. And now finally the soul denied for the time being by TAA. I don't know that they'll be able to get too much more, but a critical team fight win for them.
Definitely. It looked like our team was sort of poised to be able to just take over the game, but an awkward fight in that choke there, as well
Heartseed?
as their Jarvan dying
Okay.
at the beginning of that fight, just sort of a spells doom for them. God,
Heartseed?
dude, quit dying to turrets, bro. Those deal damage to you. That's the third time he's died to a turret this game.
He just doesn't respect him. He's not about that life. If he doesn't believe that the turrets will deal damage to him, they don't, right?
Uh-huh. What happened to Heartsea's longsword?
He sold it. I don't know, and that's what's gone wrong for him the whole game.
Yeah. I,
He really do be hating
you
turrets,
know,
though.
I'm gonna go above here. There are many dick jokes to be made about his longsword.
I'm taking the high ground. Oh, Hayden. That actually wasn't as much damage as I thought it would. I think mid lane Hokage didn't have an extra orb.
Yeah.
Also, I think missed a couple of abilities in there, but yeah. Anyway,
Black
Cinderell's on
Salt just
cooldown.
took a lot of damage there. Oof.
Yeah, Baron kind of does damage when you're level 9 and also Morgana. Mace is going to get a turret in bottom lane. That actually evens up the gold completely, so... Kind of scary times for Darkwind. They're going to need to find a team fight to turn it around, or a pick, or, something. Where do you think that has to come from?
I mean, I think they have the options to pick. This mid lane Hokage Syndra do still be doing a lot of damage. Zai has 3 completed items. They have the Drum, they have the Scion, they have Morgana. There's a lot of options here. I think that
Those are the champions on their
playing
team, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, each of them have pick potential.
Okay, okay.
Fuck you. You know what? No, I don't have to take this. No, I think
They
setting
have the
up.
Trundle, they got the Greg, they got Katarina, they got like
Katarina has no
Caitlyn and
big
Rakan.
potential.
They got those champions though.
You know, I don't get to just, have what I say fed to me, right? You just have to talk about what's happening on screen. I have to, like, think about things. And the one time I list things off I'm seeing on screen, you just harp on it instantly. Toxic.
Yeah, I I'll cry into my honor 5 orbs.
Yeah?
Yeah, they give me 3 key fragments. It's really remarkable. Really great investment.
Honor 5 orbs because, you only play with your friends, so you can't flame anyone.
I can flame my friends. I had to report
Well, just
a couple of my
verbally,
friends
right? You
yesterday.
don't.
The knockup gonna land onto Reedy, but he's got the Zanyas now. The counter Zanyas, and we're gonna take the glass cone back out, and nothing's gonna happen. We saw
I
nothing.
think they should. I think they should set up vision and try to get picks like that. I like that type of play. I think that that's their way back into this. Maybe around this dragon in 90 seconds, they could set up vision around there. I think that's what they should look for. with their champions that have pick potential.
Yeah. Do you think it should be the dragon, or is Baron an option? Like, is Baron
I
enough
think
of
it
a
needs
bait
to
right
be
now?
Dragon.
Midlane Hokage's really walking in here,
Uh,
and Reedy's not going to be able to punish him. He's zooming out. He doesn't have like a
I-
zoom button, but he's zooming, you know?
What's wild is like Lunaris lost 30% of her health, but like that was literally just Syndra E. Like Syndra didn't hit Q, didn't hit W. So I can only imagine when he actually hits his abilities that Lunaris is going to be very dead. What about the crab?
Crab?
Crab mod check?
Alright,
Do we have mod check enabled in middle six?
no.
Mod.
I
Oh,
don't
why
even know
not?
that I have a bot. What does that normally do?
It's the emote of the guy from SpongeBob, like checking both of his shoulders, the fish guy.
The fit. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a big bait by TAA. That didn't get spotted in any way. They just didn't want to deal with it from Black Salt, I guess. And
Well, I mean,
now
the
they're
pool
pushed down mid.
does.
They're gonna sacrifice a dragon. So this is soul for them. So it's way more important for TAA to get, to be fair. And they're gonna sack the dragon in order to push down mid. Get Prio, get an inhibitor tower. Okay, that's gone. They're gonna maybe get an inhibitor. These recalls are not coming through. They're looking for this long setup flank. We'll see if TAA can pull this off. Caitlyn is still just in the dragon pit. Now is recalled and is running down mid. Can they trap anybody in the... No, they're out. They got the dragon.
Yeah.
All right.
Darkwind walked the correct way out, calling the bluff and said, "Hey, you
Oh,
guys
now
can
they're
go
gonna
do dragon."
the
Oh,
counter bush bait. Rakan? Nope. Okay, they're gonna spot Rakan. Is this their target? It
oh
looks
my
like
god.
it. Oh, they didn't even need anything else. Mid lane Hokage finishes him off. They get the pick, and now potentially they'll get the Baron as well. They're gonna kidnap Red Buff. That's
Yeah, and
felony.
it's a 5v4, so it's going to be really difficult for TAA to actually end up contesting this, and it's going down so fast.
Yeah, it's going down fast, but TA now in a position to try to contest. Reedy over the wall throws the cask in. I'm pretty sure that gives vision, so I think that he'll know. Plus, they do have a neutral pink ward in. Reedy in. What? There was no smite. That took forever to get smited, but Seaver is able to secure it at 500 health, and ROTM.
Yeah, no, I
don't
don't
really know what happened, but they got it.
like. Reedy went in so early when it was at 2500. No one stopped DPSing. They just decided to truly 50-50 it, and then they just gentleman's agreement to not smite it. There was like a full second and a half when it was below smite range, and they just said, "Nah, screw that noise."
Like,
But Baron going the way of RTM.
I was gonna say Smite just now is just level at 900, like throughout
Yeah,
the entire
exactly.
game. It was at like I very distinctly saw like 750 and 500 before it flipped over.
I
So
agree.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that was a little Monka-esque, a little scary. I like the RTM deciding not to throw a rock and just run down mid, trying out, a little bit of scissors action here by splitting up with the 1-4 with Baron.
yeah.
Um,
Lane gonna walk into Hayden. I don't think that kills him. Oh, there's a lot of damage coming out of Lunaris. Teleport even being channeled by Mace as they're gonna try to herd ROTM into their red side jungle. Reedy pops the Predator, trying to get onto anybody he can. Looking for mid lane Hokage, but he gets snared up immediately. Reedy very low, throws the cask out, knocks mid lane Hokage back, but that's going to be all that he's able to accomplish as Lane finishes off that kill, and Darkwind
And it looked like TAA just wasn't on the same page. Reedy went in, committed to it, but no one was there to follow up and just immediately dies. And now they're going to have a hell of a time actually contesting this. Our team's really strong, set up as a 5-man, just pushing in. Rakan's on the side, though. Rakan might look for a flank.
Yeah, some of this damage coming out of Lunaris is very scary. If they can protect their Caitlyn for any length of time, she'll do a lot of work in these fights. But for now, these dual cannon minions just wailing away on the turret. They'll finish off the inhibitor turret, and eventually they'll get a wave in mid. Yeah, there's already a wave on the turret. It finally gets killed off, but the binding lands onto the Caitlyn, and the shutdown to mid lane Hokage should spell the end of TAA here. Hayden trying to gallop through the Death Blossom, does a lot of damage from Heartseed, but he's forced into the Zanyas, and he'll eventually fall. They'll trade back Black Salt, but Mace falls, and it's just Reedy versus the world. A triple kill for mid lane Hokage, and the base to Darkwind.
Yeah, and a couple of pretty clean games here from Darkwind. Gonna be able to pick this one up. Keep their
Oh,
chance at tournament hopes still alive. Oh,
all right.
a couple kills, but yeah, still gonna be able to pick that one up. A pretty good 2-0.
Yeah, relatively clean. A couple of clinchers here in game number two, but game one very clean. I really liked their set plays early on. I thought that they looked really polished. They pulled those off super well. Would love to see a return to some of that. Change it up just a little bit, but not enough to, you know, uh, I lost my train of thought in the middle of that sentence. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So
Agreed though.
congrats.
They had a lot of really good plays in the early game.
Yeah,
It was good shit. You like to see stuff like that out of them.
yeah. Congratulations to Darkwind with this win and a team above them one. I didn't actually look up which teams did what, but they're gonna qualify for the playoffs. They're the fourth seed from Pool A, I believe,
Hog?
or whatever pool they're in. Um, and as a or they're not an A for sure because both of their opponents are an A. I don't remember how it all worked out, but Darkwind's going to play Rising Tide Tsunami, an undefeated team from Pool A, and then Crowstorm plays Disco Gaming, which is the last team in Pool A. Those games are both on Thursday. We're going to do like a mega cast kind of thing. Probably going to focus more on Darkwind's games over Crowstorm's, but we're going to try to hit as many of them as we can. Uh, Hopefully everything's like a little desynced so we can just jump from game to game with no pauses. Be kind of fun. But that should be a good time. In between now and then, though, more big games tomorrow night. Aikato's rejoining me. We've got the UAL team taking on Longhorn Gaming Academy. That should be a pretty good game. That's essentially a rematch of us who won UML last season, and Longhorn Gaming finished third in UML. So it should be pretty good matchup. And then on Wednesday, we've got the gold wildcard round, which is Wednesday facing To the Moon. Pain and Panic got a bye, so we don't get to see them this week. They get to chill and practice and hopefully tune up for their eventual best of fives. But yeah, busy week here on the stream. So again, tomorrow at 7's the next cast. Me and Aikato have got that one. UAL taking on Longhorn Gaming Academy. So please show up and support the boys. When are you streaming this week? When can we go get some LOR fix?
Definitely tonight. I don't know, maybe in like 45 minutes or something.
All right, like 45 minutes. Go check out twitch.tv/xikato, and probably a couple of other nights this week. I don't know what your schedule's
Probably.
looking like. I don't want to overpromise for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I should like actually set a schedule, but then I have to like, stick to it, right?
Sure.
It's hard.
But yeah, that said, we'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm gonna go throw you at Legends. Cool.
Hog.
Go support Legends. I don't know. I don't remember which team. Beepots is playing in this league, but I don't know which team he's on. So if he's playing, go support Beepots, and if he's not, I don't know. Just hang out there for like 45 minutes and then go watch Ikeda. Cool. Bye.